There's only one way to describe Week 7 of the high school football season. Wow. Welcome to Prep Rally. This is the recap show where we recap Week 7 of high school football. A lot of great games in the area. So after 7 weeks, playoff scenarios are starting to take shape. We can kind of see, what teams are going to be in, what teams are maybe on that bubble, what teams look like maybe they're out. So these last 3 games, weeks 8, 9, and 10, will be huge as far as conference championships and things like that are concerned. But we can start to kind of get to see the picture right about now. So in racing out to a 6-0 start this season and winning its first 3 conference games, we could all see that Bentonville West was clearly a much better team than it was last year in its first season. They had all 22 starters back. They did not have a single senior on their team last year. So the program earned a big win against Fayetteville. It's a signature win against the 2-time defending state champions a couple weeks ago. But we all understand, too, Fayetteville's definitely not the team that they were the last couple of years. They had a 4-game losing streak here not long ago. So big win for the program, yes, but Fayetteville maybe tempered a little bit. West had to score a lot of points to beat Springdale High in the week before last, and so you're thinking, well, okay, man, Springdale Harbor's coming in. This is going to be a game that West may not be able to hold up against Harbor. They were a number 1 team in the state for 5 weeks in a row before they lost to Bentonville High. So you're thinking, well, Harbor, they may be a little bit too much for West, right? Not even close. The Wolverines took Harbor to the woodshed on Friday. They beat them 37-19, and the game was not even that close. The West defense, now they don't get a lot of notoriety because the offense puts up a lot of points, but the West defense was phenomenal in this win. They sacked Harbor quarterback Grant Allen 9 times. 9 times in this game. Kendall Young, the linebacker for West, he had 4 sacks by himself. On the offensive side, Tyrese Smallwood had a big game for West. Normally they throw the ball a lot, but he had a great game running the ball, had 171 yards and 2 touchdowns in the win. So just a big, big win for West on Friday night. Scotty Borderland covered the game for the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Harbor Wildcats!
Well, I tell you, there's a little bit of frustration because we felt like we could have done a little bit more. We felt like we didn't take advantage of some things and had to settle for some field goals, and we felt like we shouldn't have to do that. So, but hats off to our defense tonight. I couldn't be more pleased. That's what everybody seems to think is because of our offensive style, we don't play defense very well. I think tonight we showed that we can play defense. I couldn't be more proud of our defensive coaches and the way that our players, our scheme that we had, and then obviously offensively just continue to make plays. And win at Harbor doesn't get much better than this.
Yes, sir. We were doubted all the way coming in. Everybody said we didn't have the defense to compete in the 7A, and we proved that tonight.
So while West was handling its business in Springdale, crosstown rival Bentonville High was doing the same at home by crushing Springdale 49-21. Quarterback Nathan Lyons, he was 22 of 29, 313 yards and 4 touchdowns in 1 half of that game. So with that win, the Tigers have now won 4 in a row. They are also undefeated in conference. So both Bentonville schools are a combined 8-0 in the 7A West heading into Week 8. Also on Friday night in the 7A West, Rogers High, they went on the road, got a 24-17 win against Van Buren. And Fayetteville, they've now won 2 in a row. They ran all over Rogers Heritage 35-14. We'll have a complete list of all of Friday's scores at the end of the show today. We'll take a break right here. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the lower classifications where there were also some big games played on Friday night. Let's take a look right here at some of the awesome photos our NWADG photo staff captured during Friday night's football games. the heavyweights in the 4A1 conference, they clashed on Friday night as number 1 Pea Ridge and number 4 Prairie Grove met in the battlefield battle. These two towns have Civil War battlefields in their towns, so we call this the battlefield battle. Both teams were undefeated coming into the game. Prairie Grove had also won 25 regular season games in a row coming into the game. They had not lost a regular season game since the first game of the 2015 season. So a lot riding on this game, and when the dust settled on Friday night, it was Pea Ridge standing on top 26-21. The Blackhawks forced a fumble late in the game and won the game. They ended up winning that game 26-21 to move to 7-0. This gives Pea Ridge the inside track to the conference championship. Now, they still got a big game on that schedule, probably in Week 10, with Shiloh Christian coming in. Shiloh Christian certainly capable of beating any team in this conference, including Pea Ridge. So, it's not said and done and all tied up and wrapped up in a pretty little bow yet, but Pea Ridge, with this win on Friday night, has the inside track to the 4A1 title. So we have video from that game on Friday night. Let's take a look at the action.
And we knew it was going to be a tight game, the entire game through. So it was going to be a tight game. It was a tight game, and it comes down to, we told our team all week long, Chip, this game that are against these teams, it comes down to 5 plays or less. You can take 180 plays, and then 5 of those plays is going to decide a game like this.
Times? Yep. Yeah, well, we haven't been turning the ball over all year. It's a different game if we don't turn it over. So turnovers hurt, missed blocks hurt, missed tackles hurt. Hey, they beat us. We just didn't get the job done.
Also, big game on Friday night in Class 3A. Clinton came into Elkins. They were hoping to gain a measure of revenge from last year. Last year Clinton was the big favorite in the 3A1. They had moved down from 4A, and they were expected to just run the table in the 3A1. But Elkins went to Clinton last year and laid a big whipping on the Yellow Jackets. Well, this time the Yellow Jackets got a little bit of revenge. They came into Elkins. They got a big win on Friday night, and Clinton, there's not going to be any stopping them. They're going to roll to the 3A1 title. Now it's up to Elkins. They're going to try to lock down that number 2 spot and get that home field advantage in the playoffs. So Clinton, big win over Elkins, but Elkins still has a lot to play for after Friday night. So that's it for today. Don't forget to check out our Friday preview show coming up later in the week at nwadg.com as we look ahead to the big Week 8 schedule. And we'll always have the entertaining Rick Fires for Rick's Picks. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Prep Rally. Hey, Rick, you in here, Rick? Rick. Always you, so. Rick.